Hey guys, so I was reading this comic book. Finally, I got around to reading it. I didn't have it when it first came out. I got it many years later, just a few years ago actually. Challengers of the Fantastic. Now, I have always been a Fantastic Four fan, ever since I was a kid. I have never read a single Challengers of the Unknown, so that's probably the reason I never bought this originally when it came out, or got around to reading it until just now. Amalgam, it's a #1 comic, June of '97. And my cat's already telling me that I am taking too long to talk. All right, so I finished reading it. It's interesting. I don't get a lot of the jokes, but if you've ever read an Amalgam comic, it's like playing Where's Waldo with information, because you're trying to figure out what two people got put together for this particular person. I have no idea about this characters other than the Fantastic Four, half of them. So we have Sue Ace Storm, not a clue who she's half of. Fearless Shield Agent. Dean Professor Richards. I'm guessing their little parentheses names for the most part are whoever the Challengers of the Unknown are. I've not even read a comic book with the Challengers of the Unknown to my knowledge. All right. He is the dynamic science genius. Johnny Red Storm is Daredevil Youth. And then Ben Rocky Grimm, Two-Fisted Senator. None of these guys have superpowers per se. In case you're thinking, oh, they got the same powers because he's Rocky. Nope. You see her falling out of a plane. He's got super intelligence. He likes to rescue people, especially women in towels. And then, of course, he's going to fight off somebody trying to blow up the Senate. Weird enough for him to be in the Senate, but that must have more to do with the other side. I do like their spacesuits. So they got a very similar start to the origin, but nothing happens with this part as far as getting superpowers. Kind of at first a disappointment, but you know, it's part of that story that they're trying to play out. So Victor is not going up in the ship, and he's not really happy about not getting a lot of the glory. He's a very self-glorified person. So he's down there, and he hijacks or destroys their, secretive mission into space. They're trying to go into space and create shielding that will keep people from getting gamma radiation or background radiation or some kind of cosmic mutations. So sadly, none of them got cosmically mutated. That was one of the sad things. I was hoping they'd all get mutated powers. But they realized that they crashed and they lived to tell about it. So they had cheated death. So this is weird though. It says, we're here, sis. Doesn't it almost look like an hourglass? Why not red? We got to be living on borrowed time. That's an ongoing thing they say over and over in this. So I'm thinking Challengers of the Unknown. Do they say something similar over and over again? Over here we got some people that I'm trying to figure out. Some of these looks like I can vaguely tell by this part that this is, what is his name? It's the Tiger Man, isn't it? The from DC Comics. Obviously this is definitely not Wildcat. Anyway, Bronze Tiger, yeah, that's what that is. And then Black Panther merged into one. And they're talking about different things. Of course, there's apes on both sides of the universe, got merged together. Talking about just basic boring stuff at the beginning. Then he's got called away. He's like, thankfully I'm called away to the Fantastic Mountain. They're inside of a mountain, which probably has more to do with the Challengers of the Unknown. All right, I won't give you too much of the synopsis, but I will every now and then tell you about what's going on. Johnny's really disappointing. He's got this little tiny version of himself that I thought was a little toy, but it's actually a clone of him. It's a miniature clone. What the heck is that all about? And there may be things in here that I cannot imagine. Here we have something very interesting. Viking the Black Bolt. I guess that's him. Forbid me from ever seeing Dream Crystal again. So they're mixing, of course, the Inhumans with some other team, becoming the Unpeople. I'm thinking this is the, what are they called? The New Gods, something like that. We got, what were they? The New People, the People something. I remember seeing the comic now I think about it. They drive on this big motorcycle type of thing. We got Big Gorgon, Big Gorgon. Is that him? I was thinking that was somebody else. Medusa Moonrider. Oh my gosh. Triceranac. No clue what that is. All the unpeople. Even Rocky, and Rocky's right here. Wyatt Flying Stag. I'm going to guess it's Triton right there. I really don't know. Wouldn't help us. This was in the comic book called Classic Strange Tales of the Unexpected 137. I like how they play back to comic books that never will exist. It makes me wonder, in this alternate universe, can we ever get those comics? That'd be so nice. And then we got Watu the Guardian. It's easy to see he's made of the, the Guardians of the Green Lantern Corps and the Watcher, Watu. Galactiac is coming. That is our main villain for this thing. Sue got her hair cut. I don't know why she looks butch. Not a clue. The Multi-Masters, the villain that nearly destroyed us. They're talking about the father of the blind girl. She's blind in this as well. I'm not sure who she's a combination was because she's not an artist. She's a scientist. This is the Puppet Master mixed with somebody from the DC universe. Not sure. Oh, here's the Puppet Master guy. Oh, so he created the robot. Gotcha. I really just read it. I'm just trying to, I didn't catch everything, or I didn't catch on everything. Here's their Fantastic car, but in this universe it's called I think they call it the Fantastic Wagon. The Fantastic Wagon. Again, you got to tell me about the challenges of the unknown. I don't know anything about it. Silver Racer. Now, I can tell what he is. He's from, of course, Silver Surfer, and he's not anything to do with the DC side, as far as I can tell, except for there is a guy called Scarlet Skier. And, yeah, he was definitely out by this time. So I think he is... Scarlet Skier was a spoof of the Silver Surfer, so I think this is a backlash spoof. That's all I can think of, is because, oh my gosh, Scarlet Skier was the herald for the International Redecorator. It was basically the Galactus that goes from planet to planet redecorating things. Hilarious. Justice League, 1990 stuff. Here we got him. We got Galactiac. If you don't know who he is, you've never read a comic book, because he's clearly Galactus mixed with Brainiac. We got Brainiac's face, a lot of little wiring things like Brainiac. Very interesting. Good Lord, this is fantastic. He says fantastic a lot too, which is, All right, so I'm not going to give you too much of the synopsis, but here she is. She's blind, but she's also a scientist. And over across the street, we got somebody very familiar. It's Dr. Doomsday. If you can't tell who those few people are, can't help you. Now, I'm not sure why Thing grew four arms, but basically, Galactiac shot him with some kind of radiation and made him into a monster who couldn't control his powers. So he became the Thing, but kind of like the Hulk, sort of. But he was basically under his go kill them kind of thing. Not sure about the four-arm part. But she does make an interesting joke that Sue says, I'd rather have somebody with four eyes than four arms. All right, so during this time, Watu is leading Johnny, or Red, or whatever they want to call him, through trying to fight from the inside. He's going against the whole thing. And Sue, you know how she has four shields in our universe? Well, she has basically Brainiac's belt, not that Brainiac, but Brainiac 5 from the Legion of Superheroes, that kind of thing. So she has a force shield belt. Now, Richards, who cannot stretch in this universe, is using Dr. Octavius's, weapons. It's not even his thing, so it's just for this particular one. Plus, on the front, it gave you the illusion that he's got that superpower. He's got the flames. He's got the stretchy parts. He's got the rocks, and then it doesn't show her force shield, but she uses the force shield. So it's kind of playing into the Marvel thing as well. Here's the synopsis for all of them. If you want to read the synopsis for this. Challengers of the Fantastic #1. Sue A. Storm, Phyllis Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It gives you the same people over again. There are four frankly fearless people who seek out to defy mind-blowing menaces in mysterious places. My gosh, the alliteration is off the scale here. But can even they stand up to the coming of Galactiac? By Carl, Don't Call Me Barbara. Oh my gosh, I forgot that movie just started right then. Kessel, Titanic, Tom Grummett, and Anxious Al Vey. All right. Here's the interesting part too. He's in there fighting. He's actually, we don't know this until later, that he's actually inside the body fighting. And he's like, when something's happened, he's frozen in place and totally immobilized. Wait. Psh, the head's flying off, kind of like, Brainiac's head ship, that skull ship he has. Did you think I would have no backup systems to my main neutral junction? I am far too weak in this form to exact retribution, but rest assured, you have not heard the last of Galactiac. If we had Siri read this, it would be perfect. So, also, by the way, they said that one of you guys would die, and they were like, hey, well, they were wrong. None of us died. All 4 of us made it. Not so. His clone died. His clone was being guided by his mind and Watu, I guess, linking them to fight on the inside of Galactiac. Meanwhile, Zap, it looks like the Dr. Doomsday has gotten a hold of his skis for the next issue. Ace fights alone in the sky, or in the killer skies. Oh, it's an issue we'll never get to read. So it was a good read. It was a very thumbs up read. But at the same time, if I knew anything about the Challengers of the Unknown, I would probably have enjoyed this a lot more. It was enough that I did like the Fantastic Four to carry me through. Let me know if you've liked both of those separately, and if you've ever read this amalgamation of the two in this fantastic comic book. All right, comment below.